Hello and welcome to my new video. So today I want to try out this lawn mower with you. Let me say this, I've already introduced and fixed many lawn mowers on this channel, but all the stuff I've shown you so far seems like pure toys compared to this thing. Here we have the Mowrator S1 Pro with 4-wheel drive, a versatile mowing robot. Let's put it this way, it's the most powerful device I've ever introduced so far. Here you can see some pictures directly from the manufacturer's website. This is a battery-powered lawnmower that is controlled by remote control and is truly a monster. Let's just take a look inside the package. It's packed very compactly, so I assume we'll have to assemble quite a bit as well. And here you can see overall the device is already quite large, and we also have a quick assembly guide right here. And right away you'll notice the charger here. You can see they're not holding back here. This is a real beast. It's quite a hefty one. But let's see how it goes on. So here you can see the individual parts unpacked, and here's the device again. We have a hatch here at the front that we can open. And here we see the really powerful battery. There's still some packaging material here. That means we really have a lot of power here. 18 ampere hours, 56 volts. That means we don't have to worry here even with larger areas. You can see we have 2 large emergency stop switches here. But before we start, I just want to quickly assemble the wheels, set up the remote control, and get the grass catcher ready. And then maybe we can take it for a spin, or maybe we need to charge it first, we'll see. We're taking another look at the device from underneath. Please note there are still packaging blocks here that need to be removed. We can see that the blade is already pre-installed. What's still missing here are the wheels. The wheels are mounted quickly. Here are the mounts. Up front, there's a movable axle. In back, a fixed axle. Now we'll mount our 4 wheels here. You saw that during tightening. Here's a tip. Use the X pattern, tightening opposite screws each time. And that way, you can mount the wheel really quickly. Now finally tighten it once more, but it's important here too, after tight comes off. So the wheels are on. Now we want to put our device into operation right away. Before I assemble the other attachments, we can quickly check the battery and maybe charge it as well. The battery is located up here in the head unit right under this. I'll just call it the hood. Of course, the battery is removable. Just open it up at the back here and take it out like this. Important, the battery is not yet connected to the vehicle. Once we've inserted the battery, we click it in here so that it's secured. Open it up here at the front and connect it to our vehicle using this adapter plug. But I won't do that yet because I still want to charge the battery. Of course, we can also check the battery's charge level. Just press here to activate it. And you can see these small green LEDs here, and they also show you the current charge level of the battery. We're a little over half charged here, so we can add some charge while we assemble the other parts. Charging is very simple. We open this plug cover at the front here, then we get the charger. This here is the charger. This is simply attached here just like the main plug and then just connected to the power grid. Now we can charge the battery with this, and there's a small fan up here too. If the charger gets too warm while charging, it cools itself down. Since we're discussing charging, let's also check the remote, which is activated with the power button. And here you also need to set a private personal identification number right away so that the device can't be stolen from you. You always need to enter the personal identification number first here. I'll set one now and we'll check everything else later. We still need to pair the device with the robot or lawnmower, but I'll do that later. So I'm turning it off for now. And we'll install the remaining attachments. Here you can see the guard. I'll just call it the rear cover, the protective cover, which is simply attached here. There are 4 screw holes here, and the package includes enough screws plus a spare in case you lose one. Simply place it here and screw in the screws with the Allen key. Here's another little tip. Don't tighten the screws right away. First, insert all of them and screw them in 1 or 2 turns. Once you have them all in, then tighten them. After installing the rear cover, here's another tip. Open the cover and inside you'll find a insert. I'll just take this out. For that, we have a handle here, so we can just grab it or hold on to it and take out this insert. Use this insert when working without a grass catcher. It allows grass to be ejected here. If you're working with a grass catcher, please remove the insert and attach the grass catcher here. To be able to use the grass catcher, we also need to assemble it. This is extremely easy. Just take the grass catcher and simply unfold it. And now we basically insert the frame, let's just call it that, into the grass catcher. Just snap it in here and the grass catcher is ready for use. There's also a small handle here for easy gripping and attachment. As I said, you take the grass chute and simply hang the catcher here. These hooks are just attached at the top left and right. For the first test, I'll go without the catcher. So we'll take it off again. While the battery charges, let's quickly revisit the Mowrator. For instance, the height adjustment here is very easy to use. The lowest level is 1 and 5 is the highest level. And this is how you can basically set the grass height. Important, we have emergency stop buttons on the left and right, which means if someone sees that something is going wrong, they can quickly press them. The device stops immediately. Here we have a small light. Furthermore, the system also has sensors, of course. The front bumper, which is softly padded, is likely the most important sensor. If something hits harder here, the system can be stopped accordingly. Furthermore, we also have 2 more sensors here at the front, and there's also a small sensor on each side, left and right. You may recognize these ultrasonic sensors in your car, often as a parking aid. They can also help make sure you don't bump into anything here, and if necessary, they can even stop the device in an emergency. After all, this is still a lawnmower. That means we also have a cleaning feature here, a cleaning connection. That means you can connect a garden hose here and clean it with water. Enough technical details, let's have some fun and stop the charging. To do that, simply unplug the 230-volt plug here. Remove the charging plug here from the battery, take it out. Please ensure the battery is off. If not, press and hold the button to turn it off. But you can see the LEDs are off, so it's switched off. We insert the plug here, close the cover, and turn on the device, the Mower. As you can see, it's starting up. We can close the lid and pair the device with the remote control. We can see the LEDs on the left and right indicating that the device is ready for operation. We take our remote control and turn it on. We already password protected it earlier. Enter the password and we're ready to go. Now we pair the device. Just press OK. The emergency stop is still pressed, as shown on the display. So unlock it, and that will also be shown to us here right away with the LEDs. Basically, it's controlled more like a small toy car. It's also important to mention that we have an emergency stop button here as well. If we press this, the machine will stop immediately. We unlock it again. Here's the speed setting, adjustable from very slow to very fast. And here, select the programs manually or smart. And down here, the other modes. The mower is activated up here with the 2 dead man switches, as I call them. That means if you press both of these at the same time, the mower is activated. If you let go, it turns off again. So as you saw, press down to start. Here we must confirm. If we release the buttons, everything stops right away. Then a little note about the sensors. These are the ultrasonic sensors here. Many of you have probably wondered what that constant noise is. If anything approaches the robot here, these sensors are triggered. I'll do the following. I'll just step away now. And you see the robot is standing freely and we don't hear any noise anymore. That means it detects if anything is around the robot, around the lawnmower, and then emits a warning sound accordingly, so it can also be stopped if necessary. At this point, an important note about the sensors. When they are switched on, the sensors of course detect people, obstacles, or other objects that are near the robotic mower. When the robot approaches these objects, a warning sound is emitted, and if it gets too close to the objects or people, the robot shuts down. In some situations, it might make sense to turn off the sensors, for example here, when mowing in edge areas like this. This is easily done with a remote control via the menu. Here we can deactivate the individual sensors if needed. Since we're here on a slope at the start, a quick note. Depending on the model, the lawnmower can climb slopes of up to 85%. The automatic system detects the slopes and then adjusts the lawnmower, the mowing program, and the driving style accordingly. That's also one of the most important features for me. Who among you has ever driven a lawn tractor or a sickle mower on a slope and tried to mow an incline? Have any of you ever tipped over with such a machine or even gotten injured doing it? Of course, that won't happen to you here. Besides the ability to mow slopes, I also really like that we can mow in hard to reach places here. For example, under bushes, trees, or other difficult spots. We can do that without hurting ourselves unnecessarily. I often had this problem here, for example, with the lawn tractor or regular mower. When I mowed here under the trees or bushes, I usually poked myself in the face with a branch or something else, and of course injured myself in the process. That doesn't happen anymore with this. Furthermore, I already demonstrated the mulching function to you earlier, but of course we also have a grass catcher, and as you can see here, it works excellently as we can mow our areas. When the catcher is full, we simply go to our compost heap and empty it, just like you see here. And now let's move on to some more extreme situations. Let's just start here with the following situation. We need to put up a paddock here and we have to clear the area for the paddock. Anyone who's set up a paddock knows it's needed. We tried it here with a brush cutter. It got hopelessly tangled in the grass, so now we're going to do it again with our Mowrator S1. And as you can see, it works without any problems. Next, let's look at some larger areas where we've allowed the grass to grow longer. I'll just hold a folding ruler in here so you can see how tall the grass is. That's really quite an extreme height. And in this situation, I would really only use a sickle bar mower. I'll just mow this area now with the Mowrator S1. That means I'll mow here in 2 passes. In the first pass, I removed the grass catcher and let the grass discharge out the back. And in the second pass, I'll mow the area again. That way I get a cleaner result. And as you can see, I mowed the area in no time at all. And it looks great too. Oh yeah, here's a nice fun fact for you at this point. We actually tried that last year with our lawn tractor, but it definitely didn't work because the mower deck got stuck and the lawn tractor kept stalling. Now, I have a question for you. You saw how well mowing worked for me. Just write in the comments how you would mow an area like this and how long it would take you compared to my nice machine here. Next, let's take a look at mowing in extreme spots. That would be interesting, for example, for municipal workers. Or if you have larger objects here where you sometimes have inaccessible spots, like here, for example. This is also not easily doable with regular lawnmowers or trimmers. Anyone who has done this before knows what a terrible job it is. With the Mowrator S1, it works here without any problems. And finally, let's go back to our slope and take a look at mowing on the slope. This also works perfectly here. I have to be completely honest here. When I used to mow this area with my lawn tractor or a sickle mower, it was just a horrible job for me. Now, however, this work is more like a very simple computer game and I can do it without any problems. Let's conclude by discussing the positives and negatives. We'll begin with the positive points. If I were to list all of them for you now, the ones that come to my mind right away, I'd probably be busy here for half an hour. That's why I'll just focus on the most important points here, the ones that stood out to me personally in a very positive way. For one thing, working with this device is child's play. It's more like a simple computer game. You control everything with the remote, and the rest of the work is done by the mowing robot. The second point is crucial for occupational safety. We all know the feeling after mowing the lawn using a mowing tractor or doing similar work. Here, you are always in the action. That means you got the pollen, you got the dirt, you got the noise, you got the mess. This device here can work at a greater distance from us. We control everything with the remote, so we hardly get any noise or dirt anymore. And so working is also extremely pleasant compared to, for example, operating a lawn tractor or lawn mower. Then the third point I noticed here, this robotic mower works incredibly fast. We have various speed levels and different programs on the remote control. Depending on what you choose here, this lawnmower can work very quickly. It operates fully automatically. The programs help you get the job done quickly, and thus it is significantly faster than mowing with a conventional lawnmower and is definitely on par with a lawn tractor in terms of speed. Last but not least, as the fifth point, I would like to mention again, of course, there are also additional extension systems for this device, such as a push blade or the option to attach a trailer here. But these are just minor points that I wanted to mention or include here as well. That means we can expand further here, so we're actually well prepared for the future. Another point about the power consumption, I'd like to add that as a sixth point. The device's power consumption is very low. We have a battery here, which we can charge normally using the power grid. The device's power consumption is very low. For example, if I compare this with my standard gasoline lawnmower or even with the lawn tractor, the operating costs are many times higher than with this device. So, and last but not least, we should maybe mention some points that could possibly be considered negative. That would probably be the high price. The device is very expensive. It's much pricier than most basic robotic mowers, but it also offers more features. And it's also significantly more expensive than a regular lawnmower. Nevertheless, it's significantly cheaper than a lawn tractor, and as you've seen, especially when mowing on slopes or similar situations, this vehicle has clear advantages over a lawn tractor. So, in terms of price, it's positioned between these devices, and in my opinion, the price is justified for this machine. Because you also have to realize this machine isn't meant for everyone. This is mainly for those with large properties or big mowing areas to maintain. Here, it's a major relief for the work. When I see people in my area spending 6,000 to 10,000 euros on a lawn tractor, then of course you can also pay the corresponding price for this device. And you also get much better performance here. If that's the case, I'd of course appreciate a thumbs up. And do you want to watch more of my videos? No problem. Just subscribe to my free YouTube channel. Goodbye for now. See you next time. Your Mark on YouTube. Stay right there. Move a little further away.